This is Black Light, and we're talking about the early beginnings of America and the mental state of the black man and the Indian, the American Indian, was twisted because we was in a whole new game, a whole new system, a whole new way of looking at things, and it was all from the eyes of the Caucasian. He cut us off from everything we once knew: our culture, language, our God, our the way we gave devotion to God, and he did that through generation and through generation to generation. So he preserved his history and cut off our history. And this Constitution is where he begins uh, the birth of America, which is a business, which is a business, a corporation. This concept this concept was formulated uh, by him, but he also took this concept from the American Indian, the Moors. The Moors were living over here also in different tribes and different nations. And they made treaties with the Indians, so-called Indians, and broke them. Now, we're not going to go through every little bit of history, but we just trying to show you why you think like you think right now, why some people think differently than you. This is why I think different than most of y'all. Most of black people think in this concept. They think in the Constitution of the United States, but they're not in that concept. There's nowhere that you are in the root of that concept. The root of that concept is actually the root of the so-called Indian. It's kind of Islamic, but they stole it, most of it, and they're talking about the European Caucasian. They incorporated the different Europeans that came over here as immigrants, not the black man. So when you hear them talk, they always say, you know, we are a nation of immigrants. When they say that, they're not forgetting about you. They know that you're not an immigrant, fool. And the Moors, they know that you're not an immigrant. They're not talking about the black African slaves or the American Moors. They know exactly what but they're not talking to you though. You just butting in their conversation. You know, you just butting in the conversation between Caucasians. And y'all always butting in talking about, wait a minute now, are you forgetting about us? We're not immigrants. They ain't forgot about y'all. They know you ain't immigrant. But when you say something about it, we're not immigrants. We were slaves. You know. They don't want to tell you that we're not talking to you. We talking to the Americans, you know, which are immigrants from Europe and they're Caucasian. We're not talking to y'all people of color. So the Moors, they think that it's got something to do with your color. No. They ain't got nothing to do with your color, Moors. But they want you to think that. So they say in order for you to gain nationhood, you can't talk in terms of black. You know, that's a code word for us to know that where your head is at. Yeah. So this is how they divide and conquer you, through words. Now over here we have the Harper's Bible Dictionary. Right here, Harper's Bible Dictionary. We have the philosophy of Islamic law. This right here is a dictionary. This right here is the Torah. And we also got the King James Version of the Bible. This right here, this book right here, is the Islamic concept of social justice. This book is the Wonderful Ethiopians of Ancient Kushite Empire by this sister Drusilla Dungy Houston. I bought this at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. This book right here didn't come from the United States. This book right here, the Dijar, it didn't come from the United States. So we're going to close this one out right now. Come back with part 3.